A stock trading at 44 cents usually doesn't get associated with real robots doing real jobs. Most people assume anything connected to robotics and artificial intelligence must belong to billion-dollar tech giants, advanced labs, or futuristic factories. They don't imagine it being tied to a tiny, overlooked company whose share price sits below $1. But right now, in shopping malls, office buildings, warehouses, airports, and commercial spaces, there are machines quietly moving through hallways, monitoring environments, greeting visitors, checking temperatures, inspecting floors, and performing security patrols without a human operator. These are not concept machines or prototypes. They are deployed, working, and replacing tasks that used to require paid staff walking the same routes every day. These machines are autonomous service robots powered by onboard cameras, sensors, edge processors, and computer vision software. They don't need constant remote control. They navigate indoor environments on their own, map surroundings, detect motion, recognize faces, read badges, monitor unusual activity, and send alerts in real time. They function as mobile security guards, reception assistants, and inspection staff combined into one AI-driven device. Each robot is built to operate continuously in controlled commercial environments where repetitive human tasks are common. Patrolling corridors, checking entry points, scanning for safety issues, monitoring crowds, and collecting visual data are all jobs that traditionally require multiple shifts of human workers. These robots can perform the same routines for hours without fatigue, without distraction, and without breaks, while recording everything they see. What makes this especially important is not just robotics, but the combination of robotics with AI vision and data analytics. These machines don't just move around. They interpret what they are seeing. They identify anomalies, recognize patterns, and turn physical activity inside buildings into structured digital information that managers and security teams can actually use. This is happening at a time when businesses everywhere are trying to reduce labor costs, improve monitoring, and automate routine operations without sacrificing safety or awareness. Hiring and training human staff for repetitive security and inspection roles is expensive and difficult to scale. A single autonomous robot can handle duties that might otherwise require several employees across different shifts. Zooming out, this fits into a much larger trend in automation. Most investors think about AI in terms of software, chatbots, or data centers. But one of the fastest-growing uses of AI is in physical automation inside real-world environments. Warehouses, hospitals, hotels, shopping centers, and office complexes are becoming test grounds for machines that can observe, move, and make decisions without direct human input. The broader robotics industry has been moving steadily towards service robots rather than factory robots. Instead of robotic arms on assembly lines, companies are now deploying mobile machines that can operate in human spaces. These environments are complex and unpredictable, which is exactly where AI vision and sensor processing become essential. The company behind these machines doesn't just build robots. It combines hardware, software, and services into a complete system. The robots are the visible part, but behind them is a platform that manages data, monitoring, alerts, and analytics. Businesses don't simply buy a robot. They adopt a robotic security and service solution that integrates into their daily operations. Revenue comes from selling or leasing the robots, but also from ongoing service contracts, software access, maintenance, and monitoring systems. This creates a recurring relationship with customers rather than a one-time equipment sale. As more robots are deployed across more locations, the data network and service layer become more valuable. These machines have already been deployed in commercial buildings, retail centers, transportation hubs, and industrial facilities where constant monitoring is required. They are used for security patrol, visitor interaction, environmental inspection, and compliance monitoring. Real businesses are paying for these systems because they solve practical, everyday operational problems. What validates this model is that it doesn't depend on futuristic adoption. It depends on replacing tasks that already exist. Security patrols, lobby monitoring, facility inspections, and crowd observation are routine parts of building management. The robot simply performs these jobs more consistently and often more cheaply over time. The company behind this technology is GuardForce AI Co. Limited, trading under the ticker symbol GFAI, and its stock is currently around 44 cents per share. One reason this stock remains so inexpensive is visibility. When investors search for AI stocks, they usually find software companies, chip makers, or cloud platforms. A small company building and deploying service robots for security and facility management doesn't immediately appear in those searches, even though it sits directly at the intersection of AI, robotics, and automation. Another factor is scale. This is still a small company in the early stages of expanding deployment. Growth can appear gradual because each new contract involves physical machines placed in real locations. Unlike software that can scale instantly, robotics adoption expands step by step as new sites are added. Timing also plays a role. The market's attention has been focused heavily on generative AI, data centers, and semiconductor companies. Physical AI systems operating inside buildings have received far less attention, even though they represent a very practical and growing use of artificial intelligence. Looking ahead, the demand for automated monitoring and service robots is likely to increase. Businesses are under pressure to reduce costs, improve safety, and maintain constant awareness of their environment. Autonomous machines that can patrol, observe, and report in real time offer a scalable solution without increasing headcount. As more commercial spaces adopt smart building technologies, the integration of AI-driven robots into daily operations becomes more logical. These machines don't replace all human roles, but they reduce the need for repetitive, low-value tasks that consume time and labor. Of course, this is still a penny stock, and there are risks. Smaller companies face challenges in scaling manufacturing, managing costs, and competing with larger robotics firms. Adoption rates can vary, and customer contracts may take time to expand. But when you look at what this company actually does, you see something different from a typical low-price stock. You see artificial intelligence moving through real hallways, watching real spaces, performing real jobs that humans used to do every day. And that's why a 44-cent AI robotics stock like GuardForce AI is worth understanding. Not because it is widely known, but because it operates in a part of the AI world that most investors rarely think to examine, where machines are already quietly at work replacing routine human tasks in the real world.